Peace and light, everyone. Thank you for joining and tuning in to my Aisha Speaks Jade podcast platform, where I am none other than Aisha, also affectionately known as Jade. So this evening, I am doing a makeup live audio for January the 30th, which was a Wednesday. So that's a makeup live audio for Wednesday, January the 30th, 2019. Sidebar, to be honest, I really thought that I was more caught up than I am, but apparently not. But that is okay. Moving forward. I hope everyone is enjoying their evening this tonight. Be safe and careful, but still have fun, but just be safe and careful. So let me just jump right into what I would like to speak about, because I have a couple more to kind of catch up on and I don't want to be too far behind. Plus, I'm in that not feeling good space. I'm really thinking that it's the other side of my mouth, since I'm in process of trying to just really just, you know, make sure that my mouth is taken care of. The other side is very challenging and frustrating because these little headaches are very annoying. But I'm going to do my best to just push forward. So, getting back on track, I am going to be speaking about 10 social marketing tips for Facebook groups. 10 social marketing tips for Facebook groups. So, if you are thinking about creating a Facebook group or groups, or you already have some, then perhaps these tips will be helpful if you're not using them. And if you are, please continue to do what you're doing to make sure that you're marketing your service and or products well. But listen to some of these tips that I'm going to be speaking on, and let me know if you agree or disagree, and how it can be approved. So again, it's 10 social marketing tips for Facebook groups. So the updated Facebook algorithm favors communities and conversation building over passive consumption. This forces many brands to make a fundamental shift in how they craft campaigns and content so that their brand will show up in user feeds. One way to connect with your audience on Facebook without increasing ad budget is to create and participate regularly in Facebook groups. Facebook groups offer your fans a place to rally around your brand and or topics that are near and dear to their hearts. So let's jump right into some of these tips for us to keep in mind. The first one would be set your goal. Before you do anything, set a goal for your group. What do you want to get out of starting and maintaining a Facebook group? How will your brand benefit? And think about this through the funnel concept, which one would be brand awareness. Are you trying to draw in people who are not aware of your brand and or the products you offer? That's brand awareness. The next would be consideration. Are you trying to deepen your connection with people who are aware of your brand and the products you offer, but haven't converted or taken the next step yet? That's the consideration. And the next would be advocacy. Are you trying to deepen your connection with people who are already customers to encourage them to bring in their own friends, interact more with your brand, and buy more from your brand? That's the advocacy. So as you set your goal, keep the SMART, SMART, keep the SMART framework in mind, which I've spoken briefly about in a previous topic. SMART, SMART, which S stands for specific, M is for measurable, A is for attainable, R is for relevant, and T is for timely, smart, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, timely. Your goals should be specific, not increase Facebook engagement, but increase Facebook engagement by 10%. Did you hear me? Let me say that again. Specific is not increase Facebook engagement, but increase Facebook engagement by 10%. That's being specific for what you want. Measurable. Make sure you have a measurement system and Canvas in place so you can track how you're progressing towards your goals. Attainable. Your goal should make you stretch and hustle, but should not be so far out of reach that they discourage you. You also need to make sure you have the resources in place to attain your goal with Facebook groups. Next would be relevant. Your goal needs to be relevant to your business. Dig deep here, okay? You may have to get uncomfortable, but dig deep. Why do you want to increase engagement on Facebook? That's the question. Why do you? What does this really do for your brand? Have to ask that question too. What would increasing your engagement on Facebook do for your brand? And last, timely or time bound, which is not increase Facebook engagement by 10%, but increase Facebook engagement by 10% by EOQ. The next would be number 2, provide real value. Provide real value. How will members of your Facebook group benefit? Why would they want to join in the first place? You must provide real, ongoing value to members of your Facebook group. So here are just some examples, okay? So support from your brand, which is a specific topic. Support from other members, a specific topic. Exclusive deals and or reveals, which is you can track exclusive codes with UTMs to understand your Facebook group conversion rates. Influencer, Q&As, and exclusive video content. You may gain a lot of members at first, but you could also lose them quickly if you don't give them a reason to stay, or if you are constantly spamming members with self-serving branded content. Okay? That was again providing real value. Third, public, closed, or secret. Okay, how will you have your Facebook group identified as public, closed, or secret? So next is time to choose if you want your Facebook group to be public, closed, or secret. So of course we know that public is anyone who can see the group and request to join. Anyone who is a friend who can be added or invited by a member. You know, who can see who's in the group? Anyone. Who can see the group's name? Anyone. Who can see the group's description? Anyone. So that's just a few of how the public, if you have it set up as public. If you have it set up as closed, there is asking who can see the group and request to join. Anyone. Who can be added or invited by a member? Anyone who is a friend of the member or invited by email by the member. Who can see who's in the group? Anyone. Who can see what members post in the group? Only current and invited members. Okay. Who can see stories about the group on Facebook, such as newsfeed and search. Again, for the closed, it would be current and invited members. So if you want to set it up with secret, again, who can see the group and request to join? That would be only current members and anyone invited by a member. Who can see the group's name? Current members or anyone invited by email by a member. Who can see the group location? Current and former members. So it just really depends on how you want your Facebook group to be set up, which again, it could be public, closed, or secret. Okay, so that was just a brief Facebook group status breakdown. Okay. So a recommendation would be choosing either a closed or secret setting. This may seem counterintuitive, especially if your goal is to increase brand awareness, but choosing one of these settings ensures a level of exclusivity and admin level control that will make your group more enticing to users who do become members. So I totally get that. You kind of have a little bit more control of who you would like to invite in if it's closed or secret, instead of just anybody and everybody, just jumping in. Some of them really just cause they want to jump in and be part of a group so that they can add that to their list. Like, this is another group I can just join. You'll you'll just have more control if it's closed or secret, but it's totally up to you how you want it to be done. The fourth is it's not a sales forum. So your Facebook group is not a sales forum. The minute you get overly salesy is the minute you lose members. Your Facebook group is a place for members to ask questions and communicate with one another and with you. So you don't want to be on overload being salesy. You want to just come from a good place. Your product, even though I know you want to put it out there, but I guess what it's saying is just kind of let it happen naturally. Have a dialogue with with potential customers. Again, let them ask questions. And just have a dialogue and communicate with them. See where they're coming from. Some people may just really have questions and they may not buy anything. I know that's hard for some to kind of be like, but I want people to buy. Your product will buy. It will sell itself. People like to know you also come from a genuine place. So just kind of keep that in mind. So it doesn't mean that you can't ever promote yourself in Facebook group. Just perhaps go about it in a way that is, for example, serves up the benefits clearly and casually, conversational, offers to help alleviate a pain point or address a need, or emits no pressure. All right. So again, it's not saying that you can't ever promote your brand, your service, your product. It's just suggesting just kind of go about it in a different way. Number 5 is let them talk. You do not and should not get involved in every conversation in your group. Let people talk about the topic that they're passionate about. Okay? We understand that it's your Facebook group. Get that. But let people dialogue. Let them, have a conversation amongst each other. it is okay if you jump in, just don't take control. In that case, why do you have a Facebook group if you're going to be the only one that has to just be the center of attention or always feel like you have to jump into every conversation? Of course, you want to monitor it to make sure that no one is disrespecting your group rules, but let people talk among themselves. So if the conversation is going strong and doesn't include a question you can immediately answer, stand back. Number 6, start with a challenge. Start your Facebook group with a challenge. Publicize this challenge via email, social, and in-store channels if you have them. A time-bound challenge will get people to immediately join and participate, especially if there is a prize or personal achievement attached. So do something fun, perhaps. Do a fun challenge. Give them a reason. People love free things, or people love discounts. We like that stuff. We like those nice, cute incentives. So try that. I mean, this is very helpful to me as well because my goal is to grow into this. So I'm very appreciative of this. Hopefully you guys are too. And if you're already, again, doing some of these things or doing all of these things, share some tips or tools or gems with us and let us know how it worked for you. The good or the bad. I don't just want to hear, oh, everything was a white picket fence. Everything was all peachy Q and cute. No, I want to hear both sides, where we can dialogue off each other, support each other. Number 7, offer exclusive rewards. So speaking of prizes, host a monthly giveaway or share a discount code in your Facebook group. This will drive engagement and also give people extra incentive to join and check back. I think that is an absolute great idea. It draws more people in, especially when you have good word of mouth and people see that there was some rewards. Let me tell you, good incentives, nice rewards, prizes, and things like that. The word of mouth can be a powerful thing, even through social media. They'll talk and they'll tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And before you know it, you'll have more engagement, right? All things go right. They'll probably even want to purchase from you. But let something go wrong. There's two sides to this. Something goes wrong. If you don't stand on your word, that whole word is bond. If you're not a person of your word and you don't offer things and you're just talking to be talking and you never give those rewards or incentives, that word of mouth too. Oh, it will go tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And before you know it, you're not gaining, you're losing people. So you have to stick to what you say. You have to stick to what you offer. Okay, so that was offer exclusive rewards. Build online and offline events. Use your Facebook group to talk about offline events and vice versa. You can also host weekly or monthly conversations and topic starters in your Facebook group to keep the momentum going. Brand these with a name of your own and crowdsource future topics to generate more engagement. Okay, so that was building online and offline events. Right, so I believe in the Facebook, it does have where you can create a event, whether it's offline or online, and that's pretty cool because that's been happening for me a couple times. I just kind of started that, not only for the Aisha Speaks Jade, but also for the Chit Chat Chew Show podcast. And I like that dialogue. It kind of gives me an idea of who says they're going and not going and interested or whatever. So I think that's pretty cool too. Number 9 would be pin a post. Pin a post. Pin a post to the top of your Facebook group to keep members new and old aware of your guidelines, important links, and who your admins are. Okay, so that's very important too when you're having your guidelines, pinpoint it, be kind, be nice, helpful. No question is stupid. And we're here for each other. This is just some examples. Share your expertise, your knowledge, and any new product releases that might affect you and or the people in this group. Just whatever your guidelines are for your group, make sure that they're pinpoint out how you want it. Because if someone is disrespecting or someone is not following those guidelines, then you yourself or whoever else may be an admin can take them out. Okay. So notice when you have pin posts, notice that the pin post can do several things, which is it welcomes members. Okay. It tells members what to expect. It tells members what will be tolerated and what will not be tolerated. It links to external resources. It names the admins and explains who they are. And it thanks members for participating. So you want to make sure that that is understood in your pinned post. And number 10, have dedicated admins, which is extremely important. So if you are the only admin, you still should be accountable to do what you need to do. But if you have additional admins, make sure that they are dedicated as well, because sometimes you may not be available. So whoever agreed with you to be an admin in the group, make sure that you hold them accountable. And so speaking of admins, again, make sure you have dedicated admins who contribute and respond regularly. You can have various employees rotate through on a monthly basis. It is imperative that there is a regular management and love given to your Facebook group. Okay? That cannot be stressed enough. You have to make sure that you have dedicated, committed admins. Someone who feels the same way you do, someone who sees the vision. Everybody has to be on the same page, because if not, it's not going to run smoothly. Okay? We all understand people have lives. We get it. But also understand that you made a commitment to this as well. And just do your best to be your best, to be the best admin that you can be. If you cannot do something, that's why communication is so important. If you find that you cannot be that admin that you thought you can be originally, please let the original person know that, so that they can make changes or accordingly. So yes, have dedicated admins. Here's a little bonus. Think of your Facebook group as a garden that needs to be slowly seeded and tended regularly, rather than a tree you can plant once and let grow wild in the elements. The more people interact with content and one another in your Facebook group, the more likely they are to see this content in their normal Facebook feeds, and the greater rewards your brand will reap. So I hope that was very informative for you. I hope that those tips, gems, or tools that I like to say was very helpful. Again, let's have some dialogue, because I love dialogue. I love being #researcher. if you are doing these or doing something totally different than this and it has been working for you, I'm not saying tell everything, but share some tips on how some other people who have Facebook groups, how they perhaps, share through experience. It's not about taking anything from you, but it's about being supportive. That's what I'm about. I know I can't change nobody. I'm not here to do that. I'm just saying it's about support. We talk about, oh, let's support. We want support. Let's be supportive of each other because we all can benefit from this. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you tuning in and listening. Thank you for those that are going to listen to the replay, which will be available shortly after. I like to invite everyone to my social media platforms. Of course, I am on Facebook right now. So I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and a YouTube channel. You can find me on all of them under Aisha Speaks Jade. Again, that is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and I have a YouTube channel, which you can go to and subscribe by hitting the thumbnail. Hit the notification bell for alerts as well. 3 things I always say that are very important that I will not stop saying: self-care, self-love, self-respect. Create your happiness, create your greatness. Be the best self that you can be. Learn through your experiences, good, bad, or indifferent. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't. With that being said, I send out amazing abundance and prosperity, positive vibes and energy. Have a great evening and be good to yourself. Ashe and Namaste.